YouTube, and welcome to a quarantine update, I guess. So I mean, you can see, we're all in lockdown. Everybody's sort of working on their layouts, and poor old me can't get building supplies to finish my basement, and obviously, till I finish the basement, can't really start working on the layout. So I'm gonna sort of take a page from Go Via or Go Home's book and work on a kit. So as you can see right here, I've got the Walmart background kit. This is essentially from Summit USA or Summit Custom Cuts, or whatever they call it. There's several different names they go by, but again, this is essentially pretty much the only Walmart kit available on the marketplace. And as you can see, just even based on the size of the box, it is a monolithic beast. So I mean, as you can see up front here, I've just got it sort of loosely taped together, so to speak. Now, to sort of put things into scale, the part that I have sort of just built here essentially is just from there to there, right? So I mean, there's still this, and then obviously another equivalent section, so to sort of give you an idea of what that looks like. That would be putting that wall up. And as you can see, it's a beast. It's a huge beast. It's really interesting. I've never put one of these kits together before. Essentially, the parts list says, comes in acrylic and styrene. There's actually very little styrene. Like, I think these pieces here, which are essentially the window frames, those are styrene. The flat parts for the sign there were styrene, and then pretty much everything else is acrylic, which is, interesting. I don't know if you can see, but there's actually sort of a line down the middle, right? And that's, supposed to depict that line there. But as you can see with acrylic versus styrene injection mold, it's really, I guess, difficult to sort of see that pattern, right? So it'll be interesting when I paint it. Don't worry, I don't have COVID. I'm just a heavy smoker. But as I was saying, it'll be interesting when I paint it to really see how a lot of that detail comes through. So just as an example, with everything closed, I really don't have an opportunity to grab the proper paint colors, so that's why I'm just sort of working through what I can bit by bit, and also I'm completely out of glue, which again, with the hobby shops closed, I had to order online. It's just taking forever to get through. I mean, literally, I don't think I've gotten a single item of mail this entire week from Canada Post, so I don't even know if they're working or if they're sort of, alternating, taking turns, delivering, not delivering. But long story short, it's going to take me a little while to get this kit together. But as I was saying, I'm just sort of building what I can. So this piece here was all styrene, and then the block sort of in the middle was acrylic. So obviously it glued together pretty easy. I just used my standard Super Grip CA, and I painted it up, gave it a shot with obviously the Rust-Oleum brown spray paint. So don't worry about the little bottom piece here. It'll end up being planted into the layout, but essentially that is meant for this, right? Two sides. And I must say I'm really impressed. This, even though this is a sort of adhesive sticker backed, it definitely looks like it was laser printed. Then I also hit it up with the Testors decal sealant too, just to make sure. But all in all, like I said, I was really impressed with this kit. I've never built one before, and I probably will be building a couple more in the future, because they give you everything, literally. Like they give you the acrylic for the actual window panes. You've got the frames for the doors and windows. They got the extra piece here with the additional brick detail and stuff, right? Again, probably really hard to see, but they pretty much give you everything with it, right? They give you cardboard tint for and behind the windows and stuff. So I mean, you do not have to supply anything on your own other than paint and glue, which is great, because a lot of these other I guess kit manufacturers, there's some additional bits and bobs that really you have to produce and, you know, supply yourself. And, you know, when you spend this kind of money on a kit, it's really nice to have it complete. Well, I shouldn't say complete, I should say almost complete. As you can see here, this is sort of how the Walmart sign comes. It's actually laser cut acrylic, which is really nice. It was really sharp coming out, and the reason why I'm saying is, you know, almost complete in terms of the kit. You'll see it's got the little Walmart sunbeam thing going on there. But when you look at the one that I have, there's a black one there. And that's because, for whatever reason, several of these sort of got loose in the box. There was no bag, like how Walthers sort of bags everything. So there was no bag. They gave you a bag to hold the really small parts, which is all the little bits and bobs and stuff. But you know, it would have been nice if this big Walmart thing was also in the bag too, because, like I said, I ended up one of these ended up losing, so I had to fabricate my own. Just some black styrene, cut it, file it, whittle it. What I did to make sure it fits, or it's as close as possible, obviously, is I used the template, and this template actually, there's a couple reasons for it. One, again, it'll help you, you know, get everything sort of lined up, ready for painting and whatnot. And then also, when you go to install it, I'm just going to flip to the instruction book, because it's got... The other thing too, the instructions on this are absolutely immaculate. Like, nothing's left to interpretation or to guessing. But basically right here, you sort of use the template to reline everything up and then glue it onto the building. So that's the main reason why you don't want to throw any of it out. Just because, you know, you will need to use little bits and pieces too for, you know, the pharmacy and Subway and whatnot. And I mean, you know, in terms of getting it out of here, it's not as fiddly as you think. Basically, I just hold down on it with a knife, slowly start peeling the backing away. You'll hear a little crack, and then it'll keep coming up bit by bit. So that's sort of why I'm doing it like that, just so I can, you know, spray paint everything sort of accurately, you know, in a group together, right? And then obviously not overspray anything together. So that'll be sort of the next thing I do. But yeah, as you can see, you know, it's pretty big. This is just part one video. Obviously, I'll be making probably 2 or 3 more parts as I go to put this together. But enough about this. Let's go ahead and just check out some spray painting. Well, I figured, since I'll be down in the basement anyways, spray painting a bit, I figured I'd show you sort of what I'm planning for my layout while I'm down here. So I'm hoping to try and get the orientation like this. Now, my concern is I'm probably not going to have enough room to do what I need to do, so I might end up just taking this peninsula apart and extending it lengthwise, and so I'll give you guys sort of a look, potentially, what that would be like. You'll have to excuse the mess. Again, it's just me working on it, so it will take a while, but basically, my concern is I might not have enough room just with the door to the furnace room being there to get what I want, so I might just, you know, have it sort of come around here, and then instead of curving it back in, have it go back out. Then obviously what I want to end up doing, hopefully, is, you know, if I do get it over there, maybe build the duct under something removable in case I got to replace furnace, water heater or something. And then my idea is, you know, sort of have it come around here, wrap around here. This way I can get a couple more industries and sort of have, you know, another main line with a big, huge removable bridge or something of that nature, obviously, because I've got the bathroom there. And, you know, if I have my grandparents or something come over, I don't want them to duck under, right? I want something movable. So if I make like a huge truss bridge or something, and then ideally, this is where you guys used to see me running the trains originally in some of these videos, but ideally, you know, I want my yard, it'll be a stub end yard, but, you know, it'll be pretty much, you know, 2 feet by 20 feet and sort of tapering off by the panel, you know, going over to the bridge, you know, cut around and then sort of hit the main part of the layout. This way, I can have a little bit of a yard, because you probably saw it there. That's 3 shelves filled, top to bottom with all my train stuff. And obviously a lot of my buildings are either on the shelf or in those totes there. And yet I keep making more buildings. Go figure. So that's, you guys keep asking me, when am I gonna build the layout? What am I doing with the layout? Well, the builder initially did a really shit job with the insulation, so I had to go through each of the cavities, rip it all out. I still have that wall to do. Redo it, got all this framed. Still got to frame that wall, and then I do have to make a play area for the kids, so I want the bigger, more continuous space for them, and then I'll take the little corner, little for my trains. But enough about that. Let's get on to the painting. And so, as you can see, got everything pretty much painted up. Still letting it dry. I'll probably just leave it there overnight and let it dry. And if you'll notice, through my journeys up and down the stairs, for whatever reason, I've actually managed to find the missing ray of sunshine from Walmart. So I actually didn't have to go through all that effort of making my own, so that's actually pretty good. So I won't have to deduct any points in terms of missing pieces or broken pieces or anything like that, because apparently it was my own stupidity or whatnot that it was missing. But I'm glad I found it, because just in case one of those points don't turn out too well with the thick globs of paint I put on there, at least have an extra one. So that's about it for this. As you can see that. So till next time, see you around, have fun, and enjoy.